Alright, so today I'm back with Josh and we're going to show you, if you have a layover or a few hours to kill in Sydney, what a great way to spend that time is while seeing a lot of the sights. So just behind me you have the Art Gallery of New South Wales. Just over here, Woolly Hotel, a couple other nice pubs if you want to start your time there. I am on top of a building between the two. Right behind me you've also got the rest of Woolloomooloo and a warship that I haven't looked too far into, but this might end up over 2 trips, but we're going to show you a great way to spend that time. So link to the Domain car park, we've got the express walkway, we've got Domain facing that way, Hyde Park facing that way, and down here
look at here, one.
So this is heading from Hyde Park down to the Domain. You've got an old style travelator, no steps, everything's flat, but all these murals going all the way down. And the best part is it regularly changes. So while I've seen the beach scene before and this squid, I haven't seen everything on the lower half coming up. Look at this wave transition onto the beach, a couple of sunbathers, and then just down here a bit further you get city? Yeah, a city. Here's a great little map of Sydney and the style of I believe Learning. We're on top of the Domain car park right now at the soccer field. It is about 5 p.m. and look at Sydney's winter sunset. Now if anyone's watched my video on Wendy Whiteley's Secret Garden, you'll see in a little sit down bit I talk about Artie Whiteley, Brett Whiteley and Wendy Whiteley. So Brett Whiteley did these matchsticks. Alright, so if you're coming here for a layover or whatever and you just want to get dropped somewhere, ask them to drop you at the Woolly Hotel. From there you can walk straight through to the likes of the MCA, not the MCA, the Art Gallery of New South Wales and other places, and then straight through and we'll take you right through to the rocks. So these are the grounds of the Art Gallery of New South Wales in its new open area. Lots of pretty lights, really pushing my to the limits almost, showing you I'm not even using low light mode yet. Alright, future Justin here. So last night ran out of daylight, so came back the next day and we're going to continue this. So a lot of footage will be intertwined, you know, both night and day, but looking back around the gardens of the art gallery in this new area, you have this nice little bit, as you would have seen, it gets lit up at night. Now I'm not going in today because not necessarily my thing, but I believe it is free entry. Not sure if all of it is, but at least the base area is. Alright, so first up you've got the Art Gallery of New South Wales right next to the Domain car park, Domain walkway. So it's free entry. They're open 10 till 5 daily, and on Wednesdays they're open until 10. So if you want to come in, look at some modern art, that's your thing. Also they have this new area over here that opened a couple of years back, that you can also check out. So it's one massive complex now. So if you operate on coffee like I do, you've got 3 cafe options up here at the start pit. Behind me, you've got one at the Domain, you've got another Bardu at the art gallery, which is pretty good. And then over in the Botanic Gardens themselves, you have another one. Alright, not sure how much you can hear with the chopper overhead, but if you keep heading down along the waterline, walking towards the Navy ship, it'll take you down to Mrs. Macquarie's chair. There's also a pool down here because it's winter. It's currently undergoing renovation works, but if it's summer, you can come in and take a dip as well. Alright, so this big one behind me, that's the HMAS Adelaide. We got that in 2015. It's Australia's largest warship, I believe, and it also, as you can see, you can launch helicopters and other aircraft off it. And then in the back there, that's HMAS Brisbane. So this is Miss Macquarie's chair. So up top it says, "Be it thus recorded that the road round the inside of the government domain called Mrs. Macquarie's Road, so named by the Governor on account of her having originally planned it measuring 3 miles and 377 yards, was finally completed on the 13th day of June 1816. So, the quick history lesson. This was made for Elizabeth Macquarie, the wife of then Major General Governor Lachlan Macquarie. So she used to sit here just so that she could look out over the harbour here at the British warships coming in. So you've got Fort Denison, also known as Pinchgut. Can't remember the Aboriginal name or pronounce it, but that should be reopening sometime next year. So I might jump over there for a video, but this is what she used to come down just to see. It's obviously changed in the 200 years since. Now we have a Navy base, a zoo over there, 100-year-old bridge. This is also one of the best spots. So from here and all through the gardens, best spot if you still play Pokemon Go. It's also a great spot to get some bin chicken footage, if you're into them. So what's great about here is in our summer months we have shows like opera shows, theatre shows, and sometimes movies as well that will get played, and you can come watch this. It's an upcharge of course, but nonetheless you can come watch this with that as your backdrop. Welcome to our Botanic Gardens. Let's show you what you can find in here. Got some grebes up in the tree over there. Now, full disclosure, this isn't going to be a tour of the gardens again, just like when I did Futurisha, check the top corner. So instead, this is going to be more of a quick highlights thing, because it's also not really somewhere you can frame, it's just somewhere you need to experience. Here's the spot in the middle of the gardens where you can get a coffee downstairs, floor and eatery up top, and one of my favourite gift shops over there. You also do takeaway picnics here, which is kind of cool. In the gift shop, they have these magnets, which are really nice. Turns out there's an app for it and you can collect them from all around Australia. It's a really cool idea, I like. Alright, this is one of my favourite spots. It's the fernery. Oh look, it's Patricia. You'll also find cassowaries in plant form around here, as well as an echidna. Now behind me up here, you have the calyx. This is where they have plant displays, like the one that's currently in the top corner here. You can click through, see what's there. It's where I did my satin bowerbird video. I think it's the same display on at the moment. That is Government House. Right, so Government House is the official residence and office of Her Excellency the Honourable Margaret Beazley. She is the 39th Governor of New South Wales. Now, you're free to walk around the gardens inside there as well when they're open. You just can't technically go inside the building. That's for official events and other things. For example, when Scouts get their Queen Scout, the venturers will all come in here, and that's when they get presented with things like that. Alright, welcome to the dish rack. So, Sydney Opera House, it's 3 movies I can remember that it's been used in. Jackie Chan's Bleeding Steel, Anyone But You, Glenn Powell, Runs Up, Sydney Sweeney, and then also more recently, Fall Guy, where they turn the steps here into a dystopian wasteland and have a gun battle here. So we have the Bennelong restaurant in the small one over there. That's a very upmarket restaurant, not too sure on the menu myself, but you also have guided tours that you can take, I believe only during the week, not sure if they run on weekends though. Otherwise it's mostly a venue used for shows, for example things like the Sydney Comedy Festival. This has also been used for Oprah's Sydney show, as well as Mr. Beast's recent giveaway, where he gave away a bunch of cars, including the Mystery Machine and Jurassic Park Jeep. Now, for anyone like me that's big on Anyone But You, they had a chopper land near a pontoon over there. Glenn Powell ran out here, across here, and then straight up those steps over there to finish the movie. want a wide angle view, you can head up these steps and get a nice good view out there of the dish rack. We've also got the harbour bridge or coat hanger in the distance there, the sunset. These right here are some of the most expensive apartments in Sydney. Also, if you happen to be in Sydney, come down to the Opera Bar. They have some of the best quesadillas you will possibly ever have. Taxi! Welcome to Circular Quay. Right, this is Circular Quay. This is where you can have jet boats here, but also all of our ferries come through here. And you can get to most parts of Sydney that are linked by water from here too. There's also numerous shops and restaurants, including a Wahlburgers, if that's your thing, amongst other eateries. There's also a Circular Quay train station, which is on the city loop, so you can get to most places in the city as well. Numerous restaurants still and buses. So there's some great views of the bridge from here too. And on the other side of Circular Quay, you have the MCA Museum. It's also a great spot to see the other side of the Opera House.
As a girl and as a local block.
It's the entrance to the MCA. Okay, so now we've reached a fork in the path. Here, you can go up through the rocks, more history in that, or you can head closer to the bridge down past the overseas passenger terminal where you have James Squire Bar, as well as the actual bridge if you want to touch that, and Fort Denison if you feel like learning a little bit more history. Both link up to the Rocks precinct where you have the Rocks markets. So I'm going to make my way up this way and show you a little bit of the Rocks as well. Now, what perks are there of going up this hill? You've got the Rocks Museum if you want to learn a bit about the area. Also on weekends you have the Rocks markets, as well as Observatory Hill, the bridge climb, which you do have to pre-book and is quite expensive, as well as other numerous shop stalls, bars and cafes. If you want something uniquely Australian, Squid and Key Gallery. Alright, so in future I do intend on doing a more thorough walkthrough of the Rocks precinct. I'm definitely not doing that today. It's again more of a highlight thing, but in future I will actually get to it because there's a lot of cool stuff to see here. Because one thing you'll find down here is Sticky, the viral lolly shop that you might have seen on TikTok and likes. And right opposite is one of my favourite shops, the Spirit Gallery. Now, Sticky and the Spirit Gallery are right there. You come out those doors, boom, right behind you, got a pub. Right there, Rocks Museum. Free entry and open daily. Just on the other side, if you go out the other doors and up the stairs, you'll find somewhere better than IHOP, especially if you like coffee. One of my favourite restaurants, Pancakes on the Rocks. Every weekend and public holiday, you'll see the Rocks markets on, and this place is flooded with people and stuff to buy. In my travels through the markets here, I've also stumbled across a thing called Chess Plus. So, here you go. I know everything's probably mirrored right now, but effectively, all of your pieces can be combined and move like each piece across the board. They're wish listing on Steam at the moment if you want to play digitally. Otherwise, got a website?
We do. www.chessplus.com.
There you go. Not sure if you can see that, but otherwise you can Google it. Easily my favorite part of this is this set, where the board folds around Everything comes like that. There's a non-mirrored version of the QR code.
The board wraps around the pieces.
If you want street food, head towards the bridge. Got heaps. Oh, my face. Now I grabbed some nachos, but if meat's more your thing, there's also a store here with avocado nuts. A good reason to eat down here as well is you get a great view of the Opera House. Now it's probably a little hard to see, but they've got timelines here of what this place, Dawes Point, used to look like over the years when it was a military fortification. We've got a few pictures of things, including the building of the Harbour Bridge. I'm not reading that, but feel free to pause if you feel like it. So this is one of the remaining guns here. We've got a couple down there as well of Dawes Point, which is now situated underneath the Harbour Bridge. Probably hear the cars going overhead. Got a nice little sunset happening over there. So you can see here it's got a swivel base, so it can attack effectively a full 360, because this is still a point. So just behind this building here is what takes you down into Barangaroo and Darling Harbour. But right now it's up a gun battery. It's face out over the harbour. You can probably see that dot over there near the ferry. That I believe is Taronga Zoo. Possibly. Don't quote me on that. For those that like reading, you can give this a pause. There we go. So this is the Gunpowder magazine. 2 underground rooms were constructed in the late 1850s for storage of gunpowder for the battery. The roofs to these rooms were demolished in 1952 and reconstructed in 2001. That's what that says. So if we come over here, you can see, triangle it, what these look like. Looks like you can go down there maybe. On special tours, don't quote me on that, but look it up. They don't look like signs, they are all lights, so probably not. This is a full map of the guardhouse, Dawes Point Battery. So symmetrical. So just over here is where you come for your bridge climb. See them up in the window there, getting suited up before heading down there for a twilight climb. Now, if you want to go the way that I am, bottom tunnel take you over to the observatory. If you want to walk across the bridge, upper tunnel. It'll take you over to Milson's Point and Luna Park. Now this tunnel here, that was hand carved by, I believe, convicts, and it now forms part of the basis for the Harbour Bridge. Now, I tend to get major smell association and noise association with a lot of places. This tunnel I associate with a song by My Future Lies that I'll pop down in the description if you want to listen to it on Spotify. You can also climb up the bridge from this side. There's my finger. Got Luna Park right there. Pool that I think is still under reno by the looks of it. And then the bridge. Alright, so I've made it to the end of today's journey. So right behind me here, this rooftop here, not sure if you can see the domes, but that is the Sydney Observatory. That's something else you can do. It's open Wednesday through Saturday. So if you feel like coming through here otherwise on those days, those grounds are open. Otherwise, I'm at Observatory Hill now as the sun's setting. So I'm going to leave you here, but you've got the bridge over there. I'll show you a time lapse when I finish up. Josh has been with me, which means the deal from the last video still stands. If I can get to 200 subscribers by the start of September and this video can get 100 likes, he's going to get his shirt off. Alright, I'll catch you next time. Don't forget to touch the native grass.